he won't stop Trump, but he's going to outlive Trump by about 50 years. And you're watching the rise of an American demagogue.
Just shut the up. At a certain point, just shut the up.
See, that's the difference between phony trash talk and just genuine disgust.
Yes.
Vivek had some choice words for Van Jones, who, by the way, no black people know. I spent a lot of time. Every time I do black and white on the gray issues, I said Van, and they have no idea who he is. Which is why I've often said I don't think that there's a single group of people in the history of this country who are more overly represented in media without being represented at all. Joy Reid, Whoopi Goldberg, Van Jones does not represent the average black American. And to prove that, well, we'll build our case, but we want to support the Flying V.
Flying V!
This is at a TPUSA event. Vivek called out, well, let me just be clear. Van Jones, we'll show the clip. Van Jones said that Vivek was so disrespectful that he was literally shaking. Is there anything, not to say that you're not black enough to do that, but is there anything less black than shaking over like a fat joke about Chris Christie?
Yeah.
It's just, to me,
being soft.
Yeah, I just can't imagine it. So Vivek called out Van Jones for his comments that he made regarding the previous debate.
I say that on that last debate stage to a bunch of Republicans that are shaking in their boots. These are the things you're not supposed to say in the Republican Party even today. And then you get the mainstream media. You got this character Van Jones on CNN afterwards saying, this is the rise of an American demagogue who's going to live 50 years longer than Trump. This is dangerous. I am shaking. That's what he says. Just shut the up. At a certain point, just shut the up. Van Jones at CNN.
See, that's the difference between phony trash talk and just genuine disgust.
Yes.
Yeah. I think I have a slightly different opinion. I think he went for an Elon Musk moment while not being Elon Musk. Elon Musk did it, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and then he comes out and says this as a person who's running for president. I was just kind of like, I feel like he overstepped a little bit, but I like the sentiment.
You serious, Clark?
But it also shows you when you look at the TPUSA crowd, where like people who are, writers they're like bloggers on some kind of a publication that nobody reads, and they come stomping out with fireworks and a pyrotechnics display like they're the Heartbreak Kid. And it's like no one is there for you. And then they clip it and put it up. Look at all the people who love me. Like that just shows you how people are starved for something at least semi-genuine.
Yeah,
like they reacted to that way more than let me deliver red meat lines so I can plan my presidential run in 2034 or whenever I don't know when the election cycle is. It's probably 2032. I have no idea. The point remains. I appreciate it because people are going, can we stop having to sanitize everything and cut it for a clip for a social media fake brain algorithm? By the way, here's a clip from Van Jones that Vivek is referring to, which I would argue is the least black moment for a media representative of all time.
And the smug, condescending way that he just spews this poison out is very, very dangerous because he won't stop Trump, but he's going to outlive Trump by about 50 years. And you're watching the rise of an American demagogue that is a very, very despicable person. Yeah. And I was shaking listening to him talk because a lot of people don't know. That is one step away from Nazi propaganda coming out of his mouth.
Oh, what?
Oof, the Indian Nazi.
Come on.
I was, shaking.
We're taking the swastika back.
Yes.
That's what he said.
It was a peace symbol.
We had it
We're
first.
taking it back. That's not how he talks. I feel bad because he talks like...
He doesn't care. He was on the show. He laughed.
And you were like, did I just do that?
It's all fair game.
By the way, and it wasn't just this comment. To be clear, Van Jones was mad at all of Vivek's aura of being disrespectful. But this is something that particularly bothered Van Jones, these comments where he said, the great replacement theory is not some grand right-wing conspiracy theory, but a basic statement of the Democratic Party's platform. That's what he said. Mm-hmm. Now, PolitiFact tried to claim that Vivek's comment was pants on fire.
Did my daughter write that?
Yeah, I know. That's PolitiFact. Again, it's all just trying. It's like Snopes fact check, true, false. PolitiFact's like, we need to do better. Pants on fire. We rate this 4 Pinocchios.
Liar!
And then you bitch. You bitch that there's no real journalism anymore.
Somebody wrote "liar, liar, pants on fire," and an editor was like, "No, cut the liar, liar. We have no time.
We have no time.
Pants on fire. Simplify it.
Brevity is the soul of hack journalism." So, pants on fire, because this is one thing, and I want to get to the point about replacement theory. It's not about race. Now, some people may use it in regards to race, but there is more to it than that. And I will tell you, the idea that Westerners, the idea that people who love this country and what it's meant to be are being replaced proactively, that's absolutely true. You can call that replacement theory, but don't believe me. Believe your lying eyes and ears and let the Democrats tell you for themselves.
It seems harder and harder to ignore that the echoes of replacement theory and other racially motivated views are increasingly coming out into the open.
In a few years, we're going to be a majority brown country. White people will not be the majority in the country anymore.
This will be the first generation ever in American history in which whites will be a minority of the generation at some point.
As of 2007, every year, babies being born in this country, whites now are the minority.
In 2044, everyone is going to be a minority.
As the demographics change, as white people become the minority in the country, which is coming.
Demographics is destiny. Demographics is destiny.
Demographics is destiny, right? The country is changing.
I've been saying it here. Other people have been saying it here for years now, even before Donald Trump. The demographics is destiny.
The white population is declining for the first time in history in America, while the number of multiracial Americans have more than doubled.
So we live in a country where the demographics are changing. It's becoming less white.
Correct.
Okay.
You'll be announcing that we're calling the 38 electoral votes of Texas for the Democratic nominee for president. It's changing. It's going to become a purple state and then a blue state because of the demographics, because of the population growth.
The growth in Texas has been almost entirely driven by non-white population growth, mostly by Hispanic and Latino population growth.
The idea that whites will not be the majority, I mean, it's an exciting transformation of the country. It's an exciting evolution and progress of our country in many different ways.
The white population is declining. It was always on the upswing. So that speaks to the beautiful diversity of America. It speaks to how that population the demographics will weigh in politically.
I believe anybody who echoes a replacement is to blame, not for this particular crime, but it's for no purpose except profit and or political benefit. And it's wrong.
I believe that you and your son are to blame for very particular crimes.
Yes.
Very specific crimes that we can put our finger on precisely.
Yeah. And I want to go back to the point. The point that you just ranted on is why they can get away with doing this to Vivek. Because when he says great replacement theory or the replacement theory, or he says the January 6th was an inside job and he tries to explain it, but the CNN lady continually cuts him off for minutes while he's trying to give you the context behind what he's saying. It's because they don't want the context out there. Because he's not saying what they think he's saying, the one step away from Nazi propaganda. He's saying something that we're saying and saying, like, this is what y'all have been telling us for years, Democrats.
Well, that's often, for example, like something like Piers Morgan was known for doing that. We would cut you off, try and frame you in with a very specific question. Right. And I may be on his show here in the next couple of days. Hopefully he doesn't do that. Hopefully it's a productive discussion. I usually don't like doing these shows because I don't believe in them. That's why we do Change My Mind. That's why we do what we do here, because I actually enjoy and find some value in real conversations, but they try and cut you off. Oh, so you mean racist? You mean racist? You mean no? You listen to what they say. They're talking about replacing people who love this country with people who want free things. Now, just to be clear, I would rather have 10 migrants from Uganda who take the naturalization oath and want to start businesses, work hard, and love what this country is about. I would rather have 10 of those than one Swedish socialist. But the reality is we're not getting a massive influx of Swedish socialists. We're getting a lot of people from South America who are not fleeing oppressive governments, but they see a social safety net of free stuff that the left dangles like a carrot saying, you want free stuff? You have to vote for all the depravity that comes with it. That's the replacement that is taking place. And it's exacerbated by the same leftists who run your social media, who run the information of 90% of what you read. That's what it is.
Watch Louder with Crowder live Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern.